So our first story comes from Dana White, who got a bit heated at a reporter at the post-fight press conference. Speaking backstage, Dana was asked why are there so many fighters speaking out about low pay at this time, to which Dana got pissed off. Here's the clip.
Why do you think it's popping up at this time? Like, what is it causing it right now?
How the hell do I know?
Well, I mean, you're talking to the guy, so I assume you would.
I'm not talking to him. I have no idea why this is going on. So you want me to tell you why this is going on right now?
Well,
I love you. You know I love you, but that is a really stupid question.
No, it's not a stupid.
Such a stupid question.
You know what you're talking.
We're in a fucking pandemic, and the world is going crazy right now. And all these guys are like, "Well, I want more money too. I want more money." But let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to predict the future here. Most of the media in this country is going to get laid off in the next several months, and that's going to be a big. And everybody wants more money, and nobody wants to get laid off. And all these crazy things are going on in this world right now. Nothing is normal right now. Everything is crazy. And I am the only guy that is pulling off sporting events right now.
I get that,
but you're asking me a question. I don't fucking know. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the next fucking month with my business. I don't know. I don't give a. I'm doing what I can do to keep the bus on the fucking highway here, or the train on the tracks, or whatever you want to call it. I don't give a. If people don't want to fight, you don't have to fight. If you're afraid of COVID-19, stay home. If you're, whatever your deal is, you don't have to do it. I couldn't explain to you anything that's going on planet Earth right now, and neither can anybody else.
Our next story comes from Joe Rogan, who reacted to Conor McGregor's retirement. Speaking on SportsCenter, Joe Rogan says he does not buy Conor's retirement at all.
I don't buy it for a second. I think Conor McGregor's trying to get you to talk about him, and you just did. What better way to get people to talk about him when there's a spectacular fight filled with people dominating? What he did was just sort of hijack the whole situation and say he's retiring. I'm not buying it.
Our next story comes from Sean O'Malley, who also wants a bigger paycheck. If you didn't know, Brett Okamoto revealed some of the fighters' purses, and Sean O'Malley was making very little for being one of the more popular fighters on the card. He made $40,000 to show and $40,000 to win. Speaking backstage, Sean O'Malley says he was asking for a modest pay increase, but was shut down by the UFC.
Yeah, I think our situation is probably a little different. Those guys have had big fights and a lot of fights and big wins. I'm not asking for a lot. Like, literally, what I was asking for is still less than everyone made tonight. So I just want it to be fair. I think the whole week was kind of about the sugar show, and I was supposed to renegotiate after I knocked out Jose, and they wouldn't. It didn't happen. So, and it sucks that I even have to bring that stuff up, and it has to be about money, but it shouldn't have to be. It should be, it should be pretty fair. I think it should be something that we all agree on, and I definitely just want to get paid what I feel I'm worth.
Staying with Sean O'Malley, O'Malley says he wants to fight on Fight Island next, but doesn't have an opponent in mind.
Your next fight?
Yeah, it depends. Is Fight Island going to be a thing? Are we going to be able to, I'd like to continue to fight in Vegas, I guess. But if Fight Island's a thing, then we can start looking at other opponents that are outside the United States and stuff like that. But I don't have a name right now. It depends on who's healthy, who's coming off a win, how some of these fights might play out tonight. There's too many things I got to figure out. But I should be able to figure it out fast. I have no injuries. My shin hurts. I think I just landed on his elbow, my shin, but other than that, I'm healthy and ready to go in a couple weeks, a month, or whatever.
Our next story comes from Cody Garbrandt, who wants to fight Petr Yan next. Speaking backstage, Cody suggests the UFC do a bantamweight tournament on Fight Island for the vacant title.
Yeah, I felt great. All week, Coach Mark and my other coaches were saying, hey, the inside shots, that's a lot of your knockouts come from the inside shots. So, roll dip, and that's what we worked on all camp. Just getting back to myself, not being in front of someone, I got the speed, I got the power, I got the vision. Don't let these guys, I don't need to stand in front of these guys and brawl and put on a show. I can pick them apart just like that. I stayed calm. I waited for a sunset to open up. I was doing level changes, doing what I needed to do in our game plan with my coaches to get that victory. And it feels so good to just be so in sync with the coaches and to finally get that victory over a tough adversary. I heard that they're going to Fight Island, and there's only one name that I want to fight in Fight Island. That's Petr Yan. So Dana, I'm healthy, I'm ready. I want this strap back, I want this world championship back. It's vacant for a reason, and that's my destiny to get it back. So I'll go through whoever they need me to go through, but it's inevitable that it's mine. Let's do a tournament, let's do a bantamweight tournament, let's get us in there. Let's go to Fight Island for a few months, go get quarantined out there, and just bring our coaches, bring enough trifecta food to eat. A little plug right there. But and let's go to war. Let's get this battle. Let's get this tournament, and let's see who the real champion is. Let's go back to the old school days.
Our next story comes from Jorge Masvidal, who called out the UFC for lowballing fighters. Speaking on SportsCenter, Masvidal says the only options from the UFC are to take a low offer or be forced into retirement.
No, I just kind of, as I saw him going through his thing, I was like, funny, my negotiations are reaching a standstill. You know, we're kind of at a stalemate. And they just got worse and worse. And then they offered this fight to somebody else for a lot less money, and that person's willing to take it. So then I get shortchanged in a way, you know. So it's cool if somebody else is willing to do it for less money, but that puts us or the guy that doesn't want to do it for less money in a weird situation, because it's not like I go to another show and stuff like that, because that's illegal for us. We're under contract. So what they tell you to at a certain point in your career, like they told John Jones and Henry, you retire. You know, if you want more money, you're not getting it, well, we're not going to let you go, so you got to do retire. And where in America does that happen? You go into a job and you ask for a promotion, they tell you, no, you're not getting there, you're not getting the raise, and you got to retire. You know, so I don't think that's too cool, and I wanted to say my thoughts on it.
Staying with Jorge Masvidal, Jorge says the pandemic should not be used as an excuse to underpay the fighters. Here's the clip.
Kind of, but to me, it doesn't make sense. The guy across the cage is going to be just as intense as they always are, trying to take my head off. And none of us, no fighter ever has gotten a share off the gate or the hot dog sales or the pina coladas that they sell. We don't get any of that. So that's not our concern. And the fighters that don't know, that are not educated, they might say different things, but we don't get a percentage of the gate. We don't get a percentage of the T-shirts or none of that sold. So what does it matter to us? Why do I have to do my job at a less rate? Now, if they were giving us 50% shares or 40% or any of that stuff, it'd be a different ballgame. Yeah, we could come to a different terms like they're doing in the NBA and other sports because of the things that are at hand. The quarantine and not being able to go out and large gatherings not being able to happen. But we don't even have that. We're nowhere near that ballpark. Most of us would be happy if it was 30% coming back over, but it's not even that. It's less than 20%, and I have these questions I want to answer.
Our next story comes from Amanda Nunes, who talks about what's next. Speaking backstage, Amanda Nunes says she has no clue what's ahead, but just wants to enjoy the moment.
I didn't even know either. Tonight is a beautiful night. I enjoy, you know, what I did. I cannot name nobody here because they all know here, you know. This is my night, my moment, you know. I feel like I should really enjoy. That's it. And be happy forever. I make history tonight. Guys, nobody ever did that before. That is amazing. Incredible. I have to watch the fight again and just enjoy, because I knew something in my life, something big is gonna happen, but sometimes surprise, you know, how big it is, more big than we thought, but I was ready for, you know, every single thing come out, I was ready. And me and my coach, so I have a couple moments in the fight when she connected a punch, say so she's not gonna knock me out, I'm gonna go for, I'm gonna put my hand down and go for. And my coach yelled at me no, don't do that. Put your hands up, go back, don't do that. So, you know, you have to have somebody like that. Your coach have to be ready for everything, ready the fighters, the fighter. Especially me, I'm aggressive, you know, I have to have somebody to bring me back. Sometimes I'm a lioness, I don't care, I'm going. And then my coach Epa, no, don't do that. And tonight they was amazing tonight. I don't know if you guys heard them, they was incredible.
Our next story comes from Aljamain Sterling, who is excited to be so close to his dream. Speaking backstage, Aljamain says he will stay ready to fill in at any moment in case Yan versus Aldo falls through.
Oh yeah, I'm on cloud 9 still. They just showed me a replay how I reacted after the win, and I didn't remember doing any of that. You know, I kind of blacked out. It was this is a very important moment for me, man. I worked so hard to get here and to get back to this position and to do what I did. I think it really solidifies everything that I am the next guy who deserves the next title shot. Not any confirmation since I think yesterday Dana did some scrums and Dana White was saying this title fight is pretty much a title eliminator. That's what it was. So I think going out there doing what I did solidifies it. So I should be the next guy up. And if they don't make the fight with Petr Yan and Jose Aldo, sign me up. We got Marab fighting next weekend against Ray Borg. We got Matt Favola fighting against Camacho the following week. So I'm going to be here working out with these guys and helping these guys stay in shape and getting them ready, giving them some looks. You know, I'm not banged up, which is great, so I could be a good asset for them this next few fight weeks. And stay ready, man. You know, I'm trying to realize a dream, and I'm right there. I can see it. I can feel it. I can touch it. And that's it. I'm on cloud nine, man. All the craziness going on in the world, but you know, this is my moment, and I definitely want to still make sure I pay some type of tribute to what's going on around America today.
That about wraps up the video for today. Leave a like if you made it this far. Have a great day, and peace.